Okay, so as I said, we're going to look at terms and signs because I think we did not give them enough time. We touched on some of them, so it's going to be easy to remember. But we want to dedicate this lesson specifically to learn them and memorize them. And then I'm going to receive questions about some areas where you need us to work on. Areas that you think you did not get enough. I'll take questions and then we're going to tackle them once more. So let us look at terms and signs, and the first area for the terms that we're going to look at are dynamics. What are dynamics? Dynamics, you have heard about them in music, and they basically mean the loudness or the quietness of a piece of music or a section of the music. So if you want to express that a song should get from quiet to loud or vice versa, or maybe to be performed quietly or maybe loudly, the reasons may vary. Maybe loudly because it's a praise song, or it's a patriotic song, and maybe softly or quietly because it's a mourning song, or maybe a lullaby. Whatever the reason, when you want to express how loudly or how quietly a piece of music should be done or a section of music, you use what we call dynamics. And dynamics are used for singing music and also instrumental music. So you will find these signs and terms used in music, and they'll be written on top of the staff or below the staff. And in the questions that you saw, music in context, you saw some of these questions. Some terms were written at the beginning of the music and you were asked what they meant. And there was also a section on terms and signs where you had 5 marks and another 5 marks with the music in context questions, which had some terms also that you need to know their meaning. So dynamics, we're going to have, we have 3 dynamics that talk about loud or the loudness of music, and we have 3 that show quietness. The one that express the loudness of music is fortissimo, and fortissimo is also shown as FF. I forgot to write that in. Fortissimo can also be written as FF. So when you see FF or fortissimo in full, that means very loud. These are Italian terms, and Italian issimo means very. So everything that you're given with issimo at the end means very. And forte is loud. So fortissimo is very loud. So the next one is forte, and as I said earlier, it means loud. Forte. I may not be pronouncing these words the way I should in Italian way, but I'm pronouncing them in Kikuyu so that we can remember them in our African way of pronouncing them. Otherwise, the way they are pronounced is usually very different from how they are written. You can look for a video on YouTube on how to pronounce this if you really want to be accurate on pronunciation. But I'm going to read them in Kikuyu so that we can remember them when we see them. And then we have mezzo forte, that is MF in short, and mostly you're going to find MF. Very few times will you find music written in full mezzo forte. So mezzo forte, mezzo is Italian for half. It literally means half. So this is half loud. Think of it as half loud. But the right way to express it is moderately loud. Moderately loud. Literally, it's half loud. Not as loud as F. And of course, F is not as loud as FF. So we have Pianissimo. Pianissimo now comes from the word piano and issimo. Piano is quiet, and so pianissimo is very quiet. Pianissimo very quiet. Piano is quiet. Mezzo piano is half quiet or half soft. That means moderately quiet or moderately soft. If you use soft or quiet, you're right. You can alternate. You can alternatively say soft and instead of quiet. And then we have crescendo. Crescendo is using the same kind of the root for the word crescend, and it means gradually getting loud. Is crescend an English word? Somebody mwenye ametoka shule recently? So let's see, crescend. Crescent. Yeah, crescent is an English word. It means increasing. The same word makes the word crescendo. Crescendo means gradually getting louder. Gradually, like not suddenly. That's the opposite of gradually. It's not suddenly. Gradually getting louder. You crescend. Crescendo, you have heard it many times. Then we have decrescendo, and the D is the opposite of whatever comes after it. So this is gradually getting quieter. And there's another way of saying decrescendo or gradually getting quieter. It's called diminuendo. Diminuendo. It means gradually getting quieter. So I hope that is clear. We're going to have some quiz, so take a moment and memorize these. You just need to get them. Fortissimo is very loud, forte is loud. Mezzo forte is moderately loud. Pianissimo is very quiet. Piano is quiet. Mezzo piano is moderately quiet. Crescendo is gradually getting louder. Decrescendo short is decresc, and crescendo short is cresc. And mezzo piano MP, piano P, pianissimo is PP. And then diminuendo is dim, gradually getting quiet. I hope that is clear. Now, there are other terms. These were terms that deal with dynamics. And I said dynamics means the loudness or the quietness of music. These are terms for dynamics. Now, we have other terms, and these are terms for tempo. And tempo in music means, let me see if it's a strange word. Alice Muñoz, do you know what tempo means?
Hi, yes, I know.
It means?
Tempo means the speed of the song.
Exactly. Actually, it's the speed. The speed, tempo. Tempo. Now, all these terms deal with tempo or speed. The other one was dealing with dynamics, loudness and quietness. This is dealing with tempo. So we have allegro. Allegro means quick. And then when you add etto to allegro, it becomes allegretto, and it means fairly quick. Fairly quick, not quick per se, fairly quick. And then we have moderato. Moderato. Like the name itself suggests, it means at a moderate speed. Don't forget that. At a moderate speed. Then we have andante. Andante, usually in the past we usually said it means at a walking pace. But another way you would say is at a medium speed. Medium means not fast, not very slow, not slow, medium speed. And sometimes you may think about them, andante and moderato, almost in the same category, or maybe neighboring each other. And then we have adagio. Adagio or adagio means slow. Adagio is slow. Accelerando, or short accel, if you see this word, you remember accelerating or acceleration. When a car accelerates, it doesn't start from 0 to 100. It gets 0, 5, 10, and so on. And so that is gradually getting quicker. Don't forget this. If you fail this, you're a joker. Accelerando means gradually getting quicker. And then we have rallentando, or in short, RAL. Rallentando means gradually getting slower. And it has the same meaning as retardando, which is written in short as retard or rit. So if you see these terms that start with R, RAL or retard or rit, it means gradually getting slower. And then, whenever you find music with these three terms, accelerando, rallentando, and retardando, whenever you find it, it means that the tempo will change. And so if you are going at this pace, pam, 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 and then you find a rallentando, it will be pam, 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 pam. And then when you go to the chorus, you might get a sign written a tempo. A tempo means in time, literally. But what it means, resume the original speed. So after slowing down, when you come to the chorus, you might find a tempo, and that means you start now going back to the original speed. So pam, 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 pam. Then a tempo, pam, 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 to the original speed. That's the meaning of a tempo. Anytime you find it, it means go back to the original speed. And it usually comes after accelerando, rallentando, or retardando. Either you have quickened the song or slowed it down gradually, and then you find a tempo. Now we also have more terms that are not related to dynamics and are not related to tempo. And the first one is cantabile. Cantabile means in a singing style. Just know it that way. It's cantabile in a singing style. Anytime you see cantabile, you may wonder what in a singing style means, but just go and Google that. Then we have the capo or DC. Da capo or DC. Da capo, it means repeat from the beginning. Repeat from the beginning. So you have done a song from the beginning, you've got to a place where you're given DC, go back to the beginning. Usually, you will be going to the beginning to do a second verse, but if there is no second verse, then just repeat it from beginning, the same words that you used. And then dolce, it means sweet. Dolce means sweet. The name itself looks sweet, if you think about it. Dolce means sweet. And then we have fine. it means the end. Fine means the end. And you find, if you see alfine or alfine in Kikuyu, it means up to the end. Usually you will find it coming after DC. Da capo al fine. Da capo al fine will mean go back to the beginning until you find the sign fine or the term fine. So this one is normally used with da capo. And then we have legato. Legato means smoothly. Smoothly. Legato. It doesn't look very smooth. I wonder why it means smoothly, but the name itself, it means smoothly. Perform smoothly, sing smoothly. Yeah. And then we have staccato. This one looks like its meaning, or in short, stack. It means detached. Staccato. Detached. Don't forget that. Okay. Now, those were terms. Now we go to signs.
Mwalimu,
Yes, please.
mwalimu,
Uh-huh.
just a quick one,
Uh-huh.
on the staccato.
Mm-hmm.
There are times when we are singing a song, we have a rhythm, like now the one that we are doing on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Dun, 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 dun. So can that be find a staccato? Dun, 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 dun,
Oh, okay. Yeah, I get your question.
dun, 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 dun. Is that now? Mhm.
Okay, that is not staccato. Those are dotted notes.
So that is what we call staccato, and it is one that we define with the dotted note.
Okay, no, there's a difference between unapotea kidogo, but there's a difference between dotted notes and staccato. Dotted notes have their meaning is actually to do with rhythm. So when you have dotted notes, you increase the length of that note with a half. We did that in lesson 2 of our grade 1.
Oh, sir, sorry. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Nakupoteza kidogo like but when you have a dotted note, it doesn't mean staccato. It just means you extend that note with a half of its value. But staccato means detached. So
Yes.
I'll give you an example of staccato. I'll do a simple phrase in staccato and I'll do it legato, because legato and staccato are opposite. Legato means smoothly and staccato means detached.
Okay.
So I'm going to do the same song that I did earlier, Jesus Loves Me. So if I do it legato or smoothly, that will be Jesus loves me, this I know. But in staccato, it will be Jesus loves me, this I know. Did you get the difference?
Okay.
Umepata difference?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. There seem to be a lag, some problem with internet, either on my side or your side. Yes?
Nimepata. I got.
Okay. So let me hear from Evelyn whether I'm the one with internet issues.
Yeah. In a drag kidogo. It's my internet that it's a bit stubborn. Yes, sir, thank you.
Okay. Evelyn, you're getting me well?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so let's look at these signs. We looked at terms, now let's look at signs. Now this thing here that looks like an eye, it means it's a fermata. And a fermata means pause on the note or rest. So if it's put on a note, you pause on that note. I will use an example of a song, Jesus Loves Me. So imagine that me, the word me in the phrase Jesus loves me had a fermata. That note had a fermata. So that will sound like Jesus loves me. You'll pause on that note. But usually it's put on some logical place where pausing will make some musical sense, or maybe the last note of the chorus, so that you pause on it and then go on the next verse. So this is a fermata, pause on the note or rest. And then we have this crotchet equals 80. Ann Mukundi. You told me you never saw me showing this.
Yeah.
This is a metronome mark. A metronome mark, that means there are 80 crochet beats in a minute, not in a bar. You'll never get 80 crochets in a bar. So this is a 80 crochet beats per minute. It's a metronome marking. A metronome is a tickling, not ticking. It's a ticking sound that is constant, and it does ting, 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 ting. So when you count in a minute, then you get to know the number of beats that it's taking in a minute. So usually you're given a suggested tempo, like this one, to tell you the speed of the song. This is a small, this small arrow, it means accent that note, and it's usually written on top of a note. The same way this last note here has a dot on top of it, an accent is usually written at the same place. So an accent means you accent on the note, or you play with emphasis or strongly. And then we have these lines that has dots on either side. This usually means repeat the section between these two marks. You will see this mark, and then there will be some music between, and then you will see another mark facing the other way with two dots and two bar lines. And these are double bar line and two dots, and it means everything between these marks, repeat them. And then we have this arrow, this pin, we usually call them pins. We have this pin that starts from thin to wide. This is a crescendo. We did crescendo earlier, crescent, and we said crescendo means gradually getting louder. So this is the sign. If you don't see cresc and you don't see crescendo, but they want the same effect, then you will see this pin. Gradually getting, and it's literal. Look at the thin end at the beginning and then gradually getting bigger. That means gradually getting louder. And then the vice versa. The opposite of it is like diminuendo or decrescendo. And it starts with the thick part, gradually getting smaller, and it means gradually getting quieter. These are very literal. You're not supposed to miss this in your exam. Then we have two notes connected by a curved line, and this usually means a slur, and a slur has the same meaning as legato. So this is a slur, and it means perform smoothly. And then if the notes are connected with a curve and they are on the same space or on the same line, then that is not a slur, it's called a tie. The only difference between a slur and a tie, okay, there are several differences, but the biggest difference is that the most common notable difference is that a slur will connect two notes that are different pitch, and a tie connects the notes on the same pitch. Note that they are both on the same space. So another thing that you need to know the difference between a slur and a tie is that when you have a slur can connect more than two notes with one curve, like can span across a number of notes, but a tie cannot span across any note. It just connects two neighboring notes. They have to be neighboring for them to be connected by a tie, and so they should be neighboring and then at the same pitch for it to be a tie. So if you find another note between, even if the first and the last note are the same, that is not a tie. That's a slur. And then we have this dot above a note or below the note, and it's usually on the side of the head, the note head. And this is what we call a staccato. This is the sign for the term staccato, and it means detached. Any question up to there? No question. So let's do it. I'm going to, now that we have learnt all of them, I'll be calling on some of you to help me answer this quiz. These are found in ABRSM website and they are very helpful. I thought I should not reinvent the wheel, but I think I'll see what I'll do. I'll send this link to you on the WhatsApp group. So let's go to grade 1 and look at the terms and signs. So okay, so if you go to that link and open grade 1, it will bring you to this place, and so I hope they will be clear on your side. You're going to click on begin and we have these questions. So let me see who is close. Mary Maura, kindly unmute and then let's work this out together. Mary, are you there? Okay, Evelyn. Each one will get a turn.
Yes.
Let's go. This is Andante. Kindly tell me what it means according to what we have learned. I hope hujaandika Mwakenya.
Sijaandika.
Okay, tuende kazi.
Andante.
Andante means
At a medium speed.
at a medium speed. After ticking the box, you look at the bottom right corner, you have a link written next. You click next, and then we have cresc. What does it mean?
Wow.
What is it?
Gradually.
What is it's a short for?
Yes.
It's a short form of which term?
Crescendo.
Yeah. What does it mean?
Gradually getting louder.
Okay. And then click on next. And then we have this. Are you able to see Amani zoom in?
Naona.
Okay.
Kwa sawa. I think it's 72 crochet beats in a minute.
In a minute. And then we have dim.
Dim. Gradually getting slower. No, quieter.
Gradually getting quieter. Diminuendo.
I think it's the same. Or
Yes.
yes.
Allegretto.
Allegretto. Fairly quick.
Mm-hmm. That sign.
It's the 112 crochet beats in a minute.
Mm-hmm. And then we have this.
The mhm. I think it's the end, or no?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's the end, or
The end. Okay.
yes.
This one.
Modern. Is it the MF?
No, F. It's
Or
just
it's
F.
only the F.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's loud, very
Loud.
loud.
Very loud.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. This pin.
It's gradually getting louder.
Louder. Okay, so thank you. We're going to see the score now, but let me ask Anne Mokundi. How many did you notice that she got wrong?
Okay, I think the second last, the F.
The F.
Yeah, her answer was very loud. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
I think it should be loud.
Okay, F is loud. And then Alice Munyo, how many did you see her getting wrong?
The second last and the last one.
Second last and the last one. Let's see.
But Anne Mukundi has corrected the second last.
Yeah. So we want to see her score. This is 7 out of 10, which is a good result. And let us click on review your answers to see the ones that she got right and the one that she got wrong, that we see the right answer. The crescendo is gradually getting louder. That was correct. This is in 72 beats in a minute. That's correct. Diminuendo was getting quieter, and same with that. Allegretto is fairly quick. That was right. 110 crochets per minute. 112. That's correct. Now this one. Remember we said these signs repeat the section between the two marks. So, Evelyn, this is not the end. The end is what we said we called fine.
Okay.
You remember this fine or fine? That is what means the end.
Okay.
So that is a repeat mark. And then we have F, FF. Let's look at the dynamics. FF is fortissimo and it's very loud. F is the loud. F is the forte. It means loud. So F and P, just loud and soft, loud and quiet. Okay, I think that is clear. And then we have this pin. I told you this pin is very literal. Usichukulie opposite. See, it is, if you read it like you would read a word from left to right, it starts from big to small. That means it's getting from loud to quiet. Gradually getting quieter is the correct answer. I believe sasa Evelyn hautakosa hii tena.
imefika sasa.
Okay, so let's see Anne Mokundi, and then we will go to Alice, and then we'll look at Mike, Solomon. So, Anne Mokundi, let's start your own quiz. What's the meaning of this?
Moderate road.
Allegro.
Allegro means quick.
Quick. Forte.
Forte means loud.
Staccato. Stuck.
Detached.
Staccato.
Staccato ni detached. Crescendo. Gradually getting louder.
Dim.
Gradually getting quieter.
Axel.
Axel, gradually getting faster.
Retardando or rit.
Retardado with gradually getting slower.
This curved line.
That's a tie.
Okay, we have two ties. We have tie, hold for the value of both notes, and tie detached. What is the true one? Which one is the right one?
The tie of hold of the value.
Okay. So, Anthony, what do you think she got?
10.
Okay, let's see. That's well done. Very good. That's 10 out of 10. Okay.
Thank you.
We go to Alice. Let's try a quiz. Allegro.
Quick.
Axel.
Gradually getting quicker.
Accelerando.
Accelerando. Jesus. Accelerando. Gradually getting quicker.
Crescendo.
Crescendo. Gradually getting louder.
Diminuendo. Dim.
Gradually getting quicker.
Quicker.
Quieter.
Quieter. Okay. Alfine.
Alfine. Alfine. Alfine in time.
You want to change something?
I'm not sure.
Okay, da capo.
The Capo. Repeat from the beginning.
Cantabile.
In a singing style.
crochet equals 112.
112 crochets in a minute.
Adagio.
Adagio, my God. Adagio, slow.
Okay. So, Michael, what do you think she's getting?
I guess 9.
9. What did she miss?
I can't remember what she got wrong. Kumbuki ni gani, but there is one.
Una mark kama mashini, unajua answers, unajua marks lakini hujui answers. Sawa. Nani anajua ni gani alikosea?
I think it's Allegro.
Allegro means
Quick. Alisema gradually getting quicker.
Allegro alipata. Unless kama nimesahau.
Okay.
Evelyn?
Alfine.
Alfine, what does it mean?
The end.
Yes, that's what she missed. It's 9 out of 10. When we review the answers, let's see. Alfine. This one. Fine means the end. In time, the term for in time is what was it, Michael? What was the term for that means in time?
A tempo.
A tempo. You're right. A tempo is the one that means in time. Alice, are you satisfied with the marking? Ama tufanye remarking?
I'm okay.
Okay, that is okay. Umepata hii, hautaikosea tena. Alfine means the
Yeah.
end.
Yeah.
But that was very good.
Alright.
That was very good.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, sijui kama Anthony amepata internet ama amepanda mti ama bado ako chini ya nyumba. Anthony, toka underground.
Niko mwalimu, nang'ang'ana polepole.
Acha tuone. Hebu tuangalie hii quiz mbio mbio, alafu tumalize. Mezzo piano.
Moderately quiet.
Da capo.
Huh? The Capo is repeat from the beginning.
Crescendo.
Gradually getting quicker.
Rallentando.
Gradually getting slower.
Ritardando.
Gradually getting slower.
MF.
Moderately loud.
Decrescendo.
Gradually getting iko wapi? Gradually getting. Hai, mwalimu.
Yeah.
Hapo kunaanza kweli?
Iko.
Oh, gradually getting quieter. Sorry. Sina miwani.
Allegretto.
Slow.
Allegretto slow, okay. Fortissimo.
It's supposed to be very loud.
Adagio.
Adagio is slow.
Slow. Okay. So let's see. And Mukundi, what is he getting?
I'm not sure. I didn't call.
Okay.
Sorry for that.
Michael?
Yes.
Okay. Allegretto,
Mm-hmm.
it should be fairly quick. I can't remember what he said.
Yes.
And Crescendo,
Uh-huh.
it is gradually getting louder, much quicker.
Yes. So he got 8. And those are the
8.
the questions that you missed. Allegretto, crescendo, is gradually getting louder. Crescendo, remember crescendo, louder, not quicker.
Yeah.
Quicker is accelerando.
Ah, okay.
And then we have allegretto. Allegretto is fairly quick.
Okay.
Okay, so I think this is now okay with you. I want you to tell me the areas in what we have done so far that you found a bit tricky, so that we can see how you're going to review them. Anyone who found an area tricky? I have not called Solomon because whenever I call him, he does not unmute. I can't hear him. I don't know if he hears us. I've always had a problem with him unmuting. So tell me, which area do you think was most tricky, and what can we do about it? Alice?
Mwalimu,
Yes, Anthony?
there are a few things that I was finding a bit tricky on that lesson,
Mm-hmm.
but maybe I might have to write them down tomorrow, then share with you in the group so that maybe you can prepare for the same, maybe next week, for next week.
Okay, you will share and then we will discuss it on the group.
Yes.
It's about dotted notes.
Dotted notes was not much of a problem.
Mm-hmm.
It was, I think, the sharps and the flats.
Mm-hmm.
Because I didn't do the second lesson very well.
Mm-hmm.
So now there are those things that I felt they overflew to the third lesson that maybe we can briefly touch on.
Okay, and that's a very important thing that you said. Any lesson that you don't tackle well will catch up with you later. Usually, music theory is a very progressive subject. What you learn, that's the reason we repeated lesson 2, if you remember. We
Yes.
repeated the second lesson so that to make sure everybody got it well, because scales and the rest could not make sense without you getting the semitones and the tones thing. So as you're saying, you can
Yes.
go to the lesson 2, listen to it very well, and then you'll connect with the lesson 3, and it will make more sense. But you can send it tomorrow. We look at it.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. So someone else?
Yeah, I think Mwalimu,
Mm-hmm.
about accidentals and how they affect the notes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm yet to understand it completely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Accidentals.
Yeah. Mm.
Okay, maybe you can share what's becoming difficult with the accidentals. That is lesson 1 or lesson 2?
Yeah, it's rest too.
Uh-huh.
For example,
Uh-huh.
maybe we have a sharp
Mm-hmm.
on the first bar
A sharp on the first bar.
and a
Oh.
natural sign kwa
Uh-huh.
second bar.
Uh-huh.
then a flat. How are they affecting the notes?
Okay,
How will the
so
first sharp affect the third sharp or the third accidental?
okay, let me see that slide. The accidentals. So this is it. So we have a sharp which raises a note, a flat it lowers a note by a semitone, a natural cancels an accidental, and a normal note is just a natural note. And then we have, this is how to write a note with an accidental. You write a sharp before that note, in front of that note, and that is F sharp, that is E flat, that is E flat. You can name the letters, the lines and the spaces. You okay with that?
Yeah, yeah.
And you can name these letters, so that's no problem. The problem comes in with this now. So if you have an accidental, and for now you should know that if it's a key signature, the same applies. If you have an accidental that cancels a key signature, is that someone coming in? Okay, I'm going to
Oh,
listen to Michael in a
please share
moment.
your screen.
Sorry?
Please share your screen.
I have not shared my screen. Oh my badness. Well, thank you. I didn't remember that I'm not sharing. Okay, so here we go. This is what you are saying, Anne.
Yes.
So we have this note that is sharpened by an accidental, and then another note that is in the same bar.
Yeah.
Then it's on the same space, same pitch, not the other F above, just the same F or the same pitch, line or space. This other note that is in the same bar will be affected by the same sharp. That means it is still F sharp.
Okay.
What will we do to this second F if what we want is an F natural? So if we want this second F here at the end to be not to be affected by the first sharpened F, what do we do here?
No, that is what I have not understood.
We will put a natural. The natural cancels the sharp.
Okay.
Does it make sense?
Yeah, it
If
is.
you put a natural on the second sharp, it will now be F natural. It will not be affected by the sharp. But if
Okay.
it comes after that bar, okay, before we go there, the vice versa is not true, in that a sharpened note will not affect a similar note that came before it.
Okay.
It only affects a note that come afterwards, not before. So this is the only one that will be F sharp, not the other one. You don't say that there is a sharp here in this bar, all the Fs are sharps. No, it's the ones that come after it. And then if you have the F being a different pitch, but still F, like in this case, this is F, this is F, and this is F, the one in different pitch will not be affected by the accidental.
Okay.
So it has to be the same space or the same bar.
Okay. All right.
But if there is a bar line cancels an accidental. So this is B
Yeah.
flat. If we had another B flat in the same bar, another B, that would again be B flat because it will be affected by this flat. But now that there is a bar line here, this B flat on the other bar is not, this B on the other bar will not be flattened. Because the bar line cancelled the accidental. If we want it to be flat, we have to give it another flat.
Okay.
Umeelewa?
But the first one, the first B remain a B flat.
Yes, this remains a B flat because it has a flat.
Okay.
But this one is, it cancels that
Yeah. And
accidental,
on the
so it will
same,
not affect any other B.
All right.
Somebody is talking?
Mwalimu,
Uh-huh.
and on the same,
Mm-hmm.
assuming that one is a F major,
Uh-huh.
the previous one, the one with the flat.
Yes. This one.
If 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 okay, we know that F major has a B flat, right?
Yes. Yes, I'm getting you.
So so all the Fs on that pitch should be B flat.
All the B's.
Uh-huh.
All the B's will be B flat.
So assuming that in the first bar
Uh-huh.
there is a flat,
Uh-huh.
and then in the second bar
Uh-huh.
a natural is introduced.
Uh-huh.
Will that bar be a flat or a natural?
Okay, I get your question. So you're saying you're talking about a piece that has a key signature, one flat.
Yes.
Yes, and then you have a natural on a B. And then there is another B in the same
Yes.
bar, same pitch.
Yes.
Then that second B will also be B natural because that natural will affect all the B's. It's an accidental and it will affect all the B's in the same bar. But if you go to another
so the
bar,
next bar will be a flat, not a natural.
if you go to another bar, when there is no accidental, it's a B flat because the flat in the key signature affects the whole song, all the B's in the whole piece. So the same thing applies with key signatures. And I hope umeshika what we have said so far, Anne.
Yes, I have.
So wacha tuangalie the same case with key signatures. That should be lesson, we did that in lesson 4. Yes, I think we did that in lesson 4. Lesson 4, when we talk more about key signatures. Yeah, this. So this is a different case. I mean, it's the same case but in a different scenario. So this is a G major because we have a key signature of 1 sharp. 1 sharp. So it means all the F's in this music are sharpened. All the F's are sharpened because of the key signature. So what happens when you find an F that has a natural and there are other F's in the same bar? I believe there is a okay, I think this is it. More on accidentals, yes. So look at this case where we have this is a different one. Yes, like this one. So this is a key signature of B, I mean F major with 1 flat on the B. And in the music, you have a B here, and so it will be B flat because of the key signature. The key signature is not cancelled by bar line, it affects the whole song. And then on the second bar, we have a B natural. We've introduced an accidental, which is a natural. And then there's another B in the same bar. this other B will be affected by this accidental because it's in the same bar, and so it will be a B natural. The same thing we did without the key signature, but now this one is we are introducing now the natural as an accidental also, and that its effect lasts within the same bar. This is what you were asking, Michael. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that bar,
Uh-huh.
all the B's would be flat.
Yes, that bar now, the bar line will cancel. The bar line at the end of the second bar will cancel all accidentals in this bar, and so the things will now be back to normal. The flat will continue affecting every B in the music. So if anyone has okay, this is a case where we want the second flat in the same bar to be a flat, and so we will put a flat here to cancel the natural. Put a flat to cancel the natural so that the second B will be a B flat. If you don't do this, it will still be a B natural because of this first accidental here. Okay, so if you have any other questions, kindly.
Okay. I have a question,
Uh-huh.
teacher. Which is more strong between a flat and a natural accidental?
None. Hakuna ile strong. Just it's about altering a note and maybe cancelling the accidental. You just need to know that a flat note, when given a natural, the flat disappears. It becomes a natural note. So it is raised by a semitone. When you have a sharp note, when you give it a natural, it becomes a natural note. So C sharp will become C. So it's lowered. And then when you have a natural, you can change it with a sharp, maybe to raise it, and a flat to lower it. None of them is stronger than the other. It's not about strength, it's just about what does it do to this note. Does it raise it or lower it?
Okay.
Yeah. Sawa, thank you for attending and thank you for staying in.